Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Speak English with Almeen. Prepositions are tiny little words, but if used incorrectly, they can ruin your image. So today we'll take a look at a few prepositions and we will learn how to use them correctly. So let's get started. Most of us often get confused whether to say I am in bed or I am on bed. Well, if you are in a sleeping posture, you are under the covers or a blanket and your head is on the pillow, then you should say, I am in bed. For example, I was still in bed when you called me. Or, I like to have my morning tea in bed. On the other hand, if something is on the surface of the bed, you can say something is on the bed. For example, I found my keys on the bed, or the books are lying on the bed, or the child is playing on the bed. Here it means that the child is playing on the surface of the bed. But if the child is sleeping or in a sleeping position or posture, his head is on the pillow, he's under the covers, then we should say the child is in bed. Hope I'm able to make it clear to you. Let's move on to the next one. In time or on time. Which one is correct? I reached the theater in time or I reached the theater on time. Well, both are correct depending on what do you want to mean by that. Let's say the theater or the movie starts at 7 o'clock. If you say, I reached the theater in time, it means that you reached the theater before 7 o'clock. You were not late and you reached it before 7 o'clock. On the other hand, if you say, I reached the theater on time, it means that you reached the theater exactly at 7 o'clock. You were not late, you didn't miss a single scene and you were there on time exactly at 7 o'clock. So in a nutshell, the difference between in time and on time is in time means reaching somewhere or doing something before the scheduled time, while on time means doing something or reaching somewhere exactly at the scheduled time. Let's take another example. The train reached the station on time at 11 p.m. This means that the train reached the station exactly at 11 p.m., which is the time of its arrival. While if you say the train reached the station in time, it means that the train reached the station before 11 o'clock. It was not late, it was in time. But it was not on time. It didn't reach the station exactly at 11 o'clock. It reached before the time of arrival. So that is the difference between in time and on time. You can use both depending on what do you want to mean by that. By the way, if you are finding this video useful, then please put a comment down below so that I get encouraged to upload more videos on preposition. Another area of confusion with regards to prepositions is how to use the prepositions of transportation. By prepositions of transportation, I mean these: in a bus or on a bus, on a train or in a train, in a car or on a car. Which one to use? It's very confusing. Well, we can follow 3 rules when it comes to referring to modes of transportation or vehicles. Rule number 1. When we are talking about a large vehicle or a public vehicle where we can stand on or move around, we should use on. For example, on a plane, on a train, on a ship. Rule number 2, if you are talking about a vehicle or a mode of transportation which is smaller in size or a personal vehicle, then we should use the preposition in. For example, in a car, in a taxi, in a helicopter, etc. The third rule is when we are talking about a vehicle which is smaller in size and which is open to the air, which means a vehicle which is not enclosed or covered on all sides, then you should use the preposition on. For example, on a bicycle, on a bike, on a horse, on a camel, and on foot for that matter. So if you follow these three rules, then I'm sure 99.9% of the times you would use the correct preposition. To speak to or to speak with, which one is correct? Well, both are correct. However, there is a slight difference of meaning between the two. To speak to implies a sense of authority. It implies that you are going to speak and the other person is expected to listen. For example, the manager spoke to his employee about his behavioral issues, or the teacher spoke to his students about maintaining discipline, or the coach spoke to his trainees about the tactics of winning a game. On the other hand, to speak with looks like an equal exchange in the conversation. You're speaking and the other person is also speaking with you. For example, I spoke with my colleague about the upcoming project, or I spoke with my friend about the challenges of bringing up a mentally challenged kid. So that's all from my end. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Bye.